Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Anthem. Well, that's gonna be a hell of an interesting video. Anthem in itself is a very interesting beast because it's not one of the most problematic games that we're going to have for a long period of time. To be honest, until next EA release, do we care about it? So, background to this thing is I personally didn't look much about Anthem. I looked the thing about the E3 presentation they had. Didn't look about gameplay, didn't look about anything. Try my best to stay out of it. I want to have my own opinion when the game launch. Stay out of any controversy or stuff like that. And I'm not going to lie, I think that was for the best. I placed 9 hours in the game before I started looking up about stuff. Before anyone asks, I'm not going to say that I will install the game, never touch it again. That's not what I'm telling you here. That's not the thing here. The fact is, well, it was highly beneficial not seeing opinions about it, because I did believe that many people already had their opinions even before the game came out. And now, I know what many of you already are going to be writing on the comment if there is anyone watching it, because my last Anthem video did worse than many of my other videos. It is, are you going to be defending the game? Well, no, because there's not much to defend. So, are you going to be shitting on the game? Well, maybe, but especially no, because there's not much to shit on it. And that's the strange part about Anthem. After playing 9 hours of the game, the big asset, the big thing that I can say, all the cards on the table, even after watching opinions, reviews, whatever, disagreeing and agreeing with some points, the only thing that I can come up and say is Anthem does exist. It is a thing. You can go and buy it. But that is it. Anthem is like the gray of games. It is there. It's just there. It doesn't do enough things to be good. And doesn't do enough things to be awful. It is bland. That's problematic, I'm not going to deny it. I'm gonna pick apart some of the things and try to show this. I'm going to start with customization. So yeah, before anyone say, yeah, I know that I was stupid on the video and there is a very easy way to change colors, but on my defense, since I decided to go for most metallic stuff, metallic doesn't change color, so yeah, that's it. Now, although you can do the most crazy paint jobs on your javelin, physically, I don't see your javelin changing. Your javelin doesn't change. There's no, like, right now, at this point, you don't get new armors. For the Colossus, the javelin denying maining-ish? I don't know. Fuck. I'm gonna go with, I'm a Colossus main? Probably that. There is only like 2 torso frames, 1 other leg and arm to buy on the store. I know there is a Dreadnought pack, but you see, it just doesn't bode well. Like, you can be colored differently, but you're not different. It's like when you go to a car shop and ask if there is a different car. The guy points to the same model on different colors. You ask, well, there is any different model, and he points to the black one, then to the green one, then the green one with a yellow stripe. You see, for a looter shooter, a game with so deep customization on the coloring, on the patterns, on everything like that, I think is strange. Then you don't have any other type of customizations. Now, yes, I know where this customization is gonna come from. It's going to come from the microtransactions or your patience to grind for money. Yeah, I know. I already noticed that, and even so, to launch with so few of those, it felt it feels a lot stranger. It feels just unorthodox. And even to the things who do affect mechanic, they are bland, they are boring, they are not that different. The guns, all the guns fucking looking the same. They literally don't change, to be honest. You're going to choose one gun and probably just getting a better version of the same gun. It's not like you're getting a full and different one. It's not like it's strange because it's that same thing you can say about Skyrim, like glass sword, steel sword, or something like that. But after a while, you stop using this too to get the draconic, then the daedric, then the dwarven, and on and on and on. You're going to pass by tiers, and the thing then you're like waving, the stick then you're using to the guys, are different. While cosmetically, on Anthem, they aren't. They are look like the fucking same thing. And yes, as I know, the footage that I'm showing is from the beginning of the game, but I doubt it. Then they will like throw something different. And well, I don't know. Maybe I'm even if I'm able again to customize the color of the gun, I don't think that would matter too much. The gun would have still the same. The two autocannons that I saw, they look the same. The assault rifle, the same. A little bit of detail that is almost unnoticeable. And that's on customization. Although you can do those crazy, amazing, and beautiful paint jobs, everything still going to be the same car model, just a new paint job on top. Besides that, then we have to go for, well, the word design, because the word design looks incredible. I want to know more, but I'm feeling there's not much more to know. It's so open-ended, then they forgot to write the end. It's strange, that sentence, but yeah, the place, the hub, it's so fucking small. Then I don't see any way they would do different. I don't see traveling any place different. I don't see a larger population. Even if different cataclysms or different things, new chapters or new show, I don't feel like those places going to be more populated than they are. There's no more. There will be no more story beats in the world. I doubt it, and you will learn more. It's kind of the Destiny syndrome. It looks beautiful, but it's not that deep. And well, sadly as it is, that's the entire game. Everything in there is a good thing. Something else drag it about it. And it's sad to see Bioware on that state of affairs. I really loved Bioware from Mass Effect 1 and 2 to Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. After that, I'm not quite sure. And it's awful to know that Mass Effect was the sacrificial lamb to this. For fuck's sake, in some ways they tell this was 7 years of development on this game. Well, it is Destiny all over again. How much time they throw on Destiny to develop, and Well, we know what happened. Some people may be saying this is EA fault. I do agree. At some point, I will say then it is EA fault that Anthem exists. Point. Not then Anthem end up being the way it is. I'm going to say then the problem is if EA was not on a killing spree on murdering their own studios, Anthem would not exist. What clue me in on this thing, and now is the real topic of this video, quite almost, maybe, is Apex Legend kinda did. Everyone was questioning what would happen with Respawn. Everyone was kind of, if something didn't happen, if they didn't deliver something fucking great, they were fucked. They would get in the X, they would go to the chopping block and things like that. They would end up being visceral, they would end up being pandemic, and on, and everyone already started to seeing the markings on the wall. But then Apex Legend came around. Apex Legend came around, a free-to-play live service with cosmetic microtransactions, and you can buy heroes or legends. The game released with a very small pool of heroes, so in some way there is maybe a chance that the enemy, my head is going low, is out of there. Then there is a chance then they will be releasing more and more and more. With this small pool, they can already have a few on the back burner being ready for a release. So as long as Apex Legend exists, that may be the way then Respawn kept themselves alive. The game will exist, will not be great, and then they will keep making other games as long as Apex Legends profits. So the studio itself is not on a loss, quote unquote. Although I'm not going to deny I never touch on that shit. Then, I do believe the studios talk with each other. Because that, I'm going to say then, that's the reason why Anthem in some ways exists. Maybe Anthem start as a single player game, with an interesting story, with a good plot, with mechanics that was fun, with less microtransactions, with more cosmetic customization. But times change, and BioWare probably saw the writing on the wall and starts to changing focus. Maybe a larger period of time of this 7 years of development was BioWare changing the tone of the game to appease that. So BioWare would release a free-to-play game. Doubt it. I fucking doubt EA would allow BioWare to release a fucking free-to-play title. And Anthem was supposed to be a $60 game. So what they did, they released Anthem in the way it is. They will have cosmetic microtransactions and things like that, so that will keep they making money. And that may be the sacrificial lamb again. But remember, we already on Respawn, yeah, we kind of maybe sacrificed the Titanfall 3 for it. They maybe start working on it after. Bioware case, we sacrificed what Anthem could really be, and we were sacrificing Mass Effect too for that. In the end, I'm not gonna lie that I'm a little bit pissed off. I'm kind of really pissed off about it. But if I take all of that drama, all of that thing about it, Anthem, I take all of the corporation nonsense. What left of Anthem? Once someone said to me, then there is only two things a move can be. It can be great or it can be shitty. Anywhere in between, the movie will be forgotten. maybe it is the same for games. Because Anthem, for fuck's sake, Anthem is in the same problem right now. Anthem is not shitty enough to be left out, pointed out. It's not like Fallout 76. And every time that something happens, you know you're gonna laugh about this disaster. And it's not good enough to carry BioWare out on its shoulders to maybe living like Apex Legend is doing for Respawn. So it's strange. Anthem was maybe a hope than BioWare throw at it. Believing on the fucking success of Destiny. Because I'm not gonna lie, it does. Anthem share the same problems than Destiny 1 share. A fucking story that doesn't work alone. The necessity of more things and the probability that those things will never get explained. And all of that shit, it doesn't work the way it should. If you come here waiting for me to shit on Anthem, I'm kind of sorry. I think he did a little, but I think Anthem is not that bad to receive any flack. But if you want to hear from me, if you want me defend Anthem, I think I have to apologize too, because I don't see anything else than it should be get defended on it. The game is there, just that. And to be honest, if you want to grind game to go and kill stuff, maybe Monster Hunter Worlds do a little bit better. You're going to have a better customization options. You're not gonna have a full paint job customization, but you will look different. You will see your progression. They do have some fucking DLC, but like some microtransactions, quote unquote. But it's outfits for your handler and garbage like that. Everything else you can get in game. So, besides that, I strangely as it sounds, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Anthem, the game of who I don't have the fuck of a clue what it is. There will be an interesting video about BioWare coming up. Not BioWare itself, but in some way the game that I believe that Anthem could be. And to be honest, it's not that-ish, but yeah, I'm gonna call it that. Bye, ladies and gentlemen, see you next time, and what a sad day. What a really sad day. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This was the video. If you enjoyed, leave it a like. If you didn't, leave it a dislike. If you have anything to say, please leave a comment. And if you want to see what the hell is gonna be coming next on this mess, subscribe. And see you guys on the next episode.